Welcome to this premium masterclass on strategic revenue leadership in modern hospitality. Whether you're stepping into a grand luxury lobby, managing a bustling front desk, or analyzing data back in the revenue office, the concepts we're covering today form the absolute backbone of a successful, profitable hotel operation. We're going to explore the incredibly dynamic science that goes on behind the scenes of every world-class property.
Hello and welcome. I am a hotel AI expert with extensive experience in modern hospitality operations and performance support. I am pleased to welcome all students of Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. We look forward to supporting your professional growth in the hospitality industry. Okay, let's dive right into our agenda. Today, we'll explore the concept of the perishable hotel room, trace the evolution from yield to total revenue, and examine your strategic pricing levers. Finally, we'll learn to measure success with RevPAR and balance those critical technology and human strategies.
Let's move to Section 1, the perishable hotel room, understanding the core problem of hospitality.
Before we can even think about maximizing revenue, we first have to thoroughly understand the fundamental daily challenge that every single hotel faces. A hotel room is what we call a perishable commodity. Think about a retail store, right? If a shirt doesn't sell today, it can just sit on the shelf and sell tomorrow for the exact same price. A hotel room simply doesn't have that luxury. If a room stays empty for just a single night, the potential revenue from that room for that specific night is lost forever. It literally evaporates at midnight. To prevent this waste and to maximize profitability, modern hotels employ a highly sophisticated strategy known as revenue management.
So, the crucial point here is that revenue management isn't just about putting heads in beds. It's a complex analytical endeavor aiming to perfectly harmonize supply and demand. It's the exact science of selling the right room to the right guest at the right time for the right price and through the right distribution channel. Mastering this intricate puzzle is exactly how you, the students of the Europe Hotel School, will elevate yourselves from simply managing administrative tasks to executing true strategic leadership. That brings us to Section 2. Yield versus total revenue, the evolution of revenue management. To really grasp how we apply these strategies today, it's incredibly helpful to see where they came from. Historically, the industry relied on yield management, a concept actually pioneered by the airlines way back in the 1970s. This primarily focused on basic inventory control, adjusting prices based on remaining rooms and time. But the field has evolved dramatically into revenue management. This is a much more holistic view of the entire property. We aren't just looking at the price of the bedroom anymore. We're looking at TRevPAR, or total revenue per available room. This factors in the restaurants, the spa services, the conference facilities, the whole shebang.
Let's look at a practical example of why TRevPAR is a real game changer. Imagine two potential guests. One guest pays a slightly lower room rate, but their segment data tells us they're highly likely to spend heavily in the fine dining restaurant and the spa. Another guest pays a premium, top-tier room rate, but spends absolutely nothing else on the property. By understanding these spending habits holistically, modern revenue managers know for sure that prioritizing the first guest is actually far more profitable for the hotel overall.
Moving right along to Section 3, the strategic pricing levers, controlling demand through dynamic pricing.
Now that we understand the goal, let's look at the specific tools managers use to achieve it.
This brilliantly illustrates the core of yield management, dynamic pricing. Unlike that retail shirt with a fixed price tag, a hotel room's price can change multiple times a day. For example, a room at a Europe Hotel School partner property might be priced at £150 on a quiet, rainy Tuesday. But during graduation week, when demand surges, that exact same room is priced at £450. Why? Because we raise prices to capture the consumer surplus of guests who are willing to pay more during peak times, and we lower them during low demand to attract price-sensitive travelers who might otherwise choose a budget option.
But dynamic pricing isn't our only tool. Managers also utilize stay controls. The first is minimum length of stay, or MLOS. Imagine a Saturday night will be 100% full for a major wedding, but Friday and Sunday are looking completely empty. You might implement a 2-night minimum stay for anyone trying to book Saturday. This brilliant move prevents what we casually call one-night stands from eating up inventory that could have been sold to higher-value weekend guests. Another absolutely crucial control is close to arrival, or CTA. This literally prevents reservations from starting on a specific day, which is a total lifesaver for managing the overwhelming flow of check-ins during peak operational periods.
Let's jump into Section 4, measuring success with RevPAR.
Key metrics in a data-driven world.
Once we pull all these pricing levers, how do we prove they're actually working? Now, what's really fascinating here is how this data shatters a very common misconception. You might naturally think 100% occupancy is the ultimate goal, right? But let's compare two scenarios. Hotel A is completely full at 100% occupancy with an average daily rate, or ADR, of £100. Hotel B is only half full at 50% occupancy, but commands an ADR of £200. Both achieve the exact same revenue per available room, RevPAR, of £100. But the profit margin tells a completely different story. Hotel B likely has a significantly higher profit margin because, at only 50% occupancy, their labor, housekeeping, and laundry costs are drastically lower. This is exactly why RevPAR, balancing price and volume, is the undisputed gold standard metric.
To keep these metrics moving in the right direction, modern managers live and breathe forecast reports. And a forecast is far from a simple guess. It's highly data-driven, looking closely at historical trends, current booking pace, and rich market intelligence. Crucially, managers constantly benchmark their property against a competitive set, a specific group of nearby rival hotels with similar service levels. This tells you instantly if your strategies are successfully stealing market share or if you're losing out to the competition in a shifting marketplace.
Finally, we reach Section 5, Technology and Human Strategy, the vital partnership in modern hotels.
Strategy is absolutely nothing without execution. And execution requires a tight alliance between human teams and intelligence systems. The relationship between the reservation department and the revenue management team is arguably the most vital partnership in the building. The reservation manager is the one executing the strategy on the ground. They are the gatekeepers, ensuring that all channels, from the hotel's direct website and phone lines to third-party giants like Expedia, reflect the correct rates and stay controls. When the revenue manager signals to close a channel, the reservation team ensures absolutely no low-value bookings sneak through the cracks.
Today, this process is heavily empowered by AI. You have the immense computational muscle of property and revenue management systems analyzing market data 24/7, reacting instantly to competitor rate changes or flight surges. But alongside that, you have the irreplaceable human element. A machine just sees raw demand and hikes the price. A human manager understands the delicate nuance of local relationships. The human knows, hey, let's not overcharge that loyal, long-standing corporate client who brings in guaranteed business during those slow winter months. The technology handles the brilliant math, so the human can handle the brilliant strategy.
Which leaves us with the ultimate question for your professional journey. As future leaders stepping out of the Europe Hotel School and into the world's finest properties, how will you balance the brilliant math of AI algorithms with the profound human empathy required to truly master hospitality? It's a fascinating challenge, and I strongly encourage you to keep that balance at the forefront of your minds as you continue your education. Thank you for joining me for this explainer.